Hey you guys, this is Heather Schieffer with Heather Marie Creative, and I wanted to put together a video to walk through kind of how I audit websites for design and user experience. Um, I offer these audits free of charge, and then if you want, to get together for a consult afterward, we schedule that. So I also do an SEO portion of this audit, and you'll get a report for that. But that's not what I'm going to go over today. Today, what I'm going to go over is the user side of the website, how it looks, how it works, your navigation, a little bit on how that affects your SEO because it does, whether you know it or not. And I put a call out for anybody willing to let me sort of critique their website. And Day Before the Rainbow was the first one to respond. So they got the audit, the live audit. Well, it's not live, but and I'm going to run through some ideas to help them improve this. So first off, they built this website with Weebly. I don't work with Weebly, so I'm not super familiar with the platform. I'm assuming this is a free Weebly site. I'm assuming this because they are a non-for-profit and they adopt out pets. So I'm guessing that that's probably the route they went. So you're going to have to remember that, excuse me, when you use any of these platforms, these website builders and stuff, if they're a free website or they are a cheaper option, you're probably going to be limited somewhat in how much you can customize. Even in WordPress, if you're hosted on WordPress, I think even like the $99 plan doesn't get you the ability to do all of the customizations that I could do on a self-hosted site, a site that I host for you. There are no limitations on that whatsoever. I don't know if Weebly offers that option or not, but I know a lot of people say it's easy to use and they choose it because it's free or really cheap. So keep in mind the things that I suggest. I realize they may not be able to implement them themselves, but that's not really the purpose of this. The purpose is more to just bring some things to their attention and they can tweak what they are able to tweak. So this is the home page. I looked through the sitemap really quick, and it's really straightforward. There are no drop downs. If you know me, you know I don't love drop downs unless you absolutely need them. A lot of my websites don't need them because they're smaller websites. So this one's nice and small. People can get where they need to be in like one click from anywhere. So here you have the home page. I like that the call to action is right here. There's a click to donate button, their mission, and then a contact button. I would maybe suggest shortening up your mission a little bit to show the mission portion maybe at the top and then separate the additional information because your mission is not that you are a 501c3 nonprofit organization. Your mission would be in here somewhere. So just say to yourself, our mission is, and type that out, like one sentence, maybe two, and then put the rest of your information below that. This is kind of a big chunk of text for people to read right off, and when it starts off with, we are a 501c3, people may not, that's not what they're going to connect with. So your mission might be to, adopt out as many pets to loving homes as humanly possible, or something to that effect. If you haven't crafted a mission statement, I would definitely research that and do it. And then you can put all this other great information, below that and just kind of break it up a little bit. I'm going to go to Adopt Me. So this page is where you would find adoptable pets. And then I noticed that when you click any of these pets, what happens is it opens a new tab and takes you outside the site. And again, I realize this is the nature of the beast, and this is, they're not for profit, so you're keeping your costs down, right? What I would prefer to see, because they have to come back to your website to find the other pets, are they going to come back to your website, or are they going to stay over here and never go back to your website and somehow end up on some other organization's page? Couple ways to fix that. I would prefer to see that link go straight to your day before the rainbow page on this website. And then they can search from there, because that way, even when they click the back button, it's going to take them back to your homepage on adoptapet.com. You see what I'm saying? Another option to keep them on, to never, have them, well, I shouldn't say never, but to have them not leaving your website right off the bat would be to maybe embed that website. I know it's kind of an outdated thing to do, but embed this page onto your page using an iframe somehow. Again, I don't know how Weebly works, so I'm not sure how doable that is. You just don't want to send people away from your site if you don't have to, but I realize that that's kind of the way you have to work this. In that same realm of thinking, I don't love social icons at the top of your page, because it gives them an option to leave right away. And they might get lost and not come back, and you don't want that. So I would put social icons in the footer at the bottom, or even leave them off altogether, except maybe on your contact page under the form. To keep them on your website. And moving along, adoption info takes you straight to the application for adoption, and the same thing with fostering info. I love that image, by the way. That's so cute. I love that those go straight where they need to go. I feel like instead of adoption info and fostering info, it should say adoption application, fostering application, so they know that they're going to the application. Your navigation should tell them exactly where they're going. So they're expecting to get more info, and there's actually an application there. Not a huge deal, but I don't love all caps. I still, that kind of feels like you're yelling, and different colored text doesn't excite me. But I understand what you're trying to do here. I would maybe separate these paragraphs with a paragraph break in between and bold them to make them more visible. Okay, so in Happy Tales, this is a gallery. I'm assuming these are pets that have been adopted, and their new pet parents are sending you photos to show them how wonderfully happy they are, and I love this. This is great. Ideally, to keep your website dynamic and fresh and updated all the time. This would be more like a blog, and they would kind of send in a story, an actual story with the photo, even if it was super short. And that would also speak to your credibility and your process, how people felt when they worked with you. Was it easy? Was it simple? Stuff like that. So that's something you might think about integrating somehow into this website, are some actual stories. You don't have to have them on the website either. You could maybe put them on your Facebook page as, like supplemental content, and that keeps your Facebook page updated and fresh, right? But these are cute. I love these. I don't feel like this image is super relevant, except for the fact that it's all different colors like a rainbow. but we'll talk about that in a minute. And then the last item in the navigation is contact. So go straight to the contact page is great. So on the sitemap and the navigation, I think it's great. It's perfect. There's really nothing wrong with this. You're doing what you got to do. The only thing I didn't like was that they have to leave to get to the adoptable pets. Typography, speaking to the fonts that are used, it's a little blah. I don't know if Weebly integrates with Google Fonts, but I would look up Google Fonts. They're all free to download, so you can even use them in your print, and that way they look consistent over web and print. And the font doesn't excite me. I would maybe use, I would use 2 complementing fonts, and you can find lots of pairings out there yourself. But this is, it's kind of white bread to me. It doesn't make me go, ooh, it's nice. Easy to read though, yes. Imagery. All right, let's talk about imagery. So there were images I really loved. I can't remember where it was now. That image is on there several times, this one. And like I said, I don't feel like it's relevant. It doesn't match the content. I love this one. It's super cute. And this one's also used a few times. So you don't want to repeat your imagery all the time. It gets redundant. People lose track of what page they're on. Excuse me. I always tell people to get more custom images. I've spoken with this not-for-profit before, and they have been learning photography, if I remember correctly. So I know they must have some good shots they could use to just swap out those headers. I would use a different header on each page. You don't have a ton of content, so you don't have to worry too much about spreading imagery throughout the actual content. I think if you just worked on those internal header images to make them more relevant. If you don't feel like you have any custom photography that you've taken yourself that would work for this, look at free stock websites like Pexels.com, Pexels.com. Here, I can show you. There's Pexels.com. This one is rawpixel.com and unsplash.com. They're all free images to use commercially. They also have paid plans. Some of them even have video that you can use, so you never know. But you should be able to find, more relevant images for that. Overall, layout, I feel like the theme is a little outdated with the background image. I get where you're going with the rainbow imagery, but I don't feel like it's super, it feels like it's kind of 1998-ish or so. So I went to Weebly real quick, and again, if you're on a free plan and you can't use some of these themes, that's fine. Do what you can do, right? So I went to their themes page and clicked on business, and this guy right here popped up immediately, and he's so cute, and I thought that would be an easy way for you guys to update. So like I said, you might not be able to access these, but I mean, come on, how cute is that? Right? And of course, we have all these nice sections, so you could put your mission here. You could put your buttons to donate and adopt. Actually, I would probably put them here so that they're closer to the top, unless you can lay it over this. But again, I don't know what they're. You could also put donate up here if you can single out a navigation item. If not, as close to the top of the page as you can. And then your mission. So I would put buttons here. to donate and adopt, and also have them up here. Your mission right here, and then it gives you a nice idea of what you could do. And I liked it because it had a puppy on it, and it's nice and clean. It's current, it's modern. It's not, there's no background image, which is a lot of, it's kind of dated, the background image deal. And I'll click through this real quick to just point out the ways that it's a little bit better. You're not going to have a services page, but you could certainly use these pages. So home, I suggested a few things. I would add an about page to your website. The organizers, the people who work there, where you see this going, why you do what you do. There could be more content on your website, but don't add so much that have a ton of navigation. Keep it condensed, keep it clean and focused on what the mission of your organization is. So this is what it would look like before, what it looks like right now, and this is what it could be. Okay. And so that is basically how I audit a website for user experience and design. Like I said, overall this is good. It functions well. It does what it's supposed to do. I didn't wait forever for it to load when I opened it up, which you didn't see, but it opened up within a second or two for me, which is good. Like I said, you want to keep people on your website, but I get that's a thing for you guys. You're using this other service to this database to keep track of your adoptable pets. So that might not be something you can help in this case. But overall, it's straightforward. It's easy to navigate. You want your audience to get the information they need in less than 3 clicks. Or 3 clicks or less. I like to get there immediately. So this was really good for me. Like I said, it's aesthetics for me. The content is a little hard to digest because it's kind of in these big chunks. It uses all caps and stuff like that. So hopefully this helps the folks at Day Before the Rainbow. You guys should all check them out. Hopefully this gets them a little bit of, PR. And you all can go to my website at heathermschieffer.com. And if that's too hard to remember, you can go to heathermarie.design, where you will find my free website audit information. Like I said, the audit and the reports are free. When you request a report, you're going to get something that looks like this. This is the UX report, the user experience report. So I recently did one for Mama Bear Upstate as well. I'm going to go through all these sections that I just went through and give you ideas on how to improve it. And I'm also going to include some mock-ups of before and after. For you to kind of see the suggestions, right? And you're going to get those for desktop and mobile, okay? So hopefully that was helpful. I hope you all go over and request a free website audit. And then I hope some of you I can get together with for a consult. Subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me on Facebook and Instagram. And of course, reach out and email me if you ever need help.